Hey, this is Jessica from Back and Balance Yoga coming at you with our 3-minute therapy tonight. And tonight is for functional movement and how to forward fold. And the reason it's functional movement is because we fold forward all the time, but most of us don't actually know how to fold forward. So I'm going to go into a little bit of detail about what I mean by that. And then I'm going to go through a little sequence that I actually, Becca Impello was at the studio this past weekend, and she taught a little flow on how to forward fold to help learn to strengthen those muscles and just something you can do in everyday life so it becomes more habitual. So I'm going to do that for you tonight as well. So let me set this down and we'll get started. So, how to fold forward. Here's how most of us fold forward. And then we can't touch our toes because we're stuck in our back. And I don't even feel like I'm doing it justice for how round I see some people. I actually worked with someone a couple weekends ago. He's a fitness guy, super fit, everything else. But when he tried to fold forward, that's what he was looking like. And he was like, I can't even touch my toes. So I had to even show him how to fold forward so that you can actually get a little deeper into it and you're not stuck in your spine or your hamstrings for that matter. So the way you're going to do this is to bend the knees. It helps if you have a chair or something. I don't have a chair, so I'm just going to take my hands to my thighs. So bend the knees, push the hips back. So do you see that? Bend the knees, push the hips back, and then that's going to give you a whole lot more movement. So I've posted a few articles lately, not written by me, and if you would like to see them, feel free to, or I'll be glad to post them again. So where women in other countries can stand like this and do stuff all day with their hands, garden and whatnot with their hands. And they can just stay like this. And it's because they have strength in their back and they're not doing this where it's going to hurt you. You know, you can do this for just a minute and it hurts. Sometimes just folding over hurts in that instant. So let's do that again. Bend the knees, push the hips back, and fold. And you can get so much more into it. And keep the bend in the knees. There's no reason to have them straight. Maybe in a yoga practice once you've been practicing for a little while. But so many people want to keep their legs locked out, and it's really not that important. So, here's the fun little flow that Becca Impello taught. We're going to do it together. So I'm going to do it from the side so you can see better. This will be a good thing to just practice periodically, maybe every day or a few times a day, just to help you learn how to fold forward and you're more used to it so that you're naturally going to do it in real life. Because guess what? You're going to drop your keys. You're going to drop something. You're going to have to bend over. And why do you need to be stuck or hurt your back or throw your back out when you need to bend over to grab something? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to breathe in. As you breathe out, bend the knees and come into that middle position, pushing the butt back. And then breathe in again. And breathe out, fold down to the ground. And then just stay here for a few breaths. If you want, you can even lift up a little bit on a breath in and go back down. But just hang out here for a few breaths. When you're ready to come out, take your hands back to your thighs. Breathe in, lift up the chest, come back into that chair pose. And breathe out, push into the legs, come back to standing. Let's do it again. Breathe in. Breathe out, bend the knees, push the hips back, take the hands to the thighs. On your next breath out, fold forward. I lost my count, sorry. And stay here as long as you want. Let the head be heavy, let the arms be heavy. Maybe you stay here, and that's fine too. When you're ready to come out, take your hands back to your thighs if they're not already there. Breathe in, lift up. Breathe out, push into the legs, come back up to standing. If you want, you can even add arm movements. Breathe in. Breathe out, bring the arms down to your thighs, bend down. Breathe in. And breathe out, coming down to the fold. Hang out here, maybe 4 or 5 breaths. When you're ready to come out, hands to thighs. Breathe in, lift up. Breathe out, standing. Maybe even take another breath, reaching up. And breath out, reaching down. So again, the most important thing I want you to get out of this is just to learn how to fold forward. Bend down, push the hips back, and reach down, get whatever you need, come back up. Eventually, you might strengthen your back enough where you can stay here a while, or not even need to use your thighs. So this is, again, super important, because how many times have you probably hurt your back from doing chores around the house and you have to stay in that bent position for too long? It happens. I have kids that I've worked with, teenagers that hurt their back just from not being able to properly do things because they just don't know how. So that's your lesson for the night. It does count as therapy because I think it'll be even more important to you than some of the sequences we do, because this is something you can incorporate constantly in your life. So let me know how it feels to you. Let me know once you start trying to use it. And I hope you have a wonderful night. Again, I'm Jessica from Back and Balance Yoga, and thank you for joining me tonight. Namaste.